FutureDad 3. Work out for your mental health. Exercise. You don't have time not to. George A. Sheehan. When humans first started to organize themselves in small groups, one of the first challenges was securing a regular supply of food. The men, it was always the men for reasons that are abundantly clear, would go out to hunt for the tribe. To do so successfully required a lot of movement, running, swimming, throwing spears, setting traps, sometimes all of these in one day. We did this for a very long time, from our early existence 2 million years ago until roughly 10,000 years ago. In other words, humans have relied on our physicality to survive for approximately 99.5% of the time here on Earth. Things changed dramatically 10,000 years ago. A regular physical fight for survival became more focused on farming, on the occasional hand-to-hand war for resources, and on building civilizations to protect those resources. Then, a second dramatic change occurred in the last 100 years or so, a period which is just 0.005% of our total history. Put another way, if a 90-minute game of football represents man's time on Earth since antiquity, then our modern society has taken place in the last quarter of a second. In that time, for the first time, the majority population survival is no longer dominated by physical adversity. That has meant we as a species, due to our extraordinary success in harnessing nature to protect ourselves from it, have become sedentary. Not only do we not have to fight for our lives to survive, we, especially in the West, no longer have to do anything. An individual now has to royally screw things up to fail to meet his basic needs. Assuming you were born in a moderately civilized nation, you can survive in the relative comfort of your home, work somewhere warm and comfortable, and hunt for food and water at the literal click of a button. Our lizard brain survival instinct is seemingly satisfied by this. It is a state of mostly effortless convenience to which we are all now accustomed. What could possibly go wrong? Well, let's think about how this plays out for your mind-body connection. If you need to lift a suitcase, say, you, in some sense, instruct your body to reach down and do it. For that reason, it is forgivable to perceive our mind and body as connected but separate. But they are more connected in both directions than we appreciate. The reason our minds got so big and complex is that the irritation caused by nature's harsh selection pressures, together with gravity, forced our nervous system to push our bodies to survive. So when our bodies completely stop carrying out that step, the message back to our brain is abject confusion about our purpose. Thus we now arrive at an extraordinary problem. As described above, we have in the space of a few decades slammed the brakes on 2 million years of evolution. Both the mind and body are in a state of shock, evolutionarily speaking, and haven't had the time to adjust. It is no coincidence that this period is accompanied by a meteoric rise in the pharmaceutical industry, arriving just in time to mitigate and medicate, never solve, the pains of everyday anxiety. But your body is the best, most amazingly well-designed machine you will ever operate, and the disharmony caused by its inactivity is sending you a clear message, if you will only pay attention. The message is this, that you have to, you need to, operate your miraculous machine in the way it was designed. You need to exercise. You need to work out hard so your mind is engaged in the business that 2 million years of ancestral breeding selected you for, survival. Enlightened medical doctors and psychiatrists, not blinded by profit motive, already know this, but the majority practice cognitive dissonance. See FutureDad 2 Lies, Life's Deep Water, not medicine. Before writing prescription for pills to fend off depression, they should be asking you, do you exercise regularly? Note, this question is not asking you, do you walk 20 minutes to work every day, or do you do Pilates? What it's really asking you is, do you exercise hard and sweat, or get out of breath multiple times a week? Your ancestors had to, just to stay alive. You only need to stay sane. And that's not all. The extra, quite remarkable benefit, especially for young men, is the calming effect it has on your testosterone-fueled body. Peak athletes, boxers, and martial artists do not typically get in fights in bars. At the other end of the scale, for a stressed, desk-bound executive, it's nigh impossible to finish a workout more stressed than when you started. No one walks out a gym looking glum. No one feels sad after a run. Robust exercise can be your prescription, your painkiller, your mood enhancer. Now, what to do if you currently don't exercise? If you're struggling to get the motivation to do it regularly, then I've got good news for you. You don't need motivation. Personal motivation is squishy and unreliable, even for the strongest willed. But the bad news is, whatever your motivation level, if this is the day of planned exercise, you still need to do it. So the only way through is around. See FutureDad 14 Habits Part 1, Habits Eat Willpower for Breakfast. I will summarize that essay as follows. Avoid motivation altogether. Impose your exercise routine as mandatory, in exactly the same way that going to bed, brushing your teeth, paying the bills are mandatory, even if you don't feel like it. So if Tuesday morning is an allocated workout day, then you are going to the gym. It is not a debate, it just is. It's already decided. Your ancestors fought off bears to survive. You just need to get dressed, turn up, and lift for the rest of your life. Just don't go past the red line in any exercise every time. The order of priority is execute the exercise with clinically precise form, exercise at a controlled pace, see FutureDad 20, exercise slowly with perfect form or get injured, and lastly, listen very carefully to every small signal your body sends. It sends you these signals for a reason. It is 2 million years older and much, much wiser than you are. No excuses. Ditch the meds, ditch the anxiety, and hit the gym. FutureDad.